Jungkook stood outside Tae's office, his heart racing. This was the first time he'd visit his husband at work, and excitement bubbled within him. He took a deep breath, adjusting his shirt, and knocked on the polished wooden door. "Come in." Tae's deep voice resonated from within. As Jungkook pushed the door open, he was greeted by the sight of Tae sitting behind his sleek desk, engrossed in a document. But his attention quickly shifted to Hwan, Tae's alluring secretary, leaning over the desk with a flirtatious smile, her body positioned perfectly to catch Tae's eye. "Good morning, Mr. Kim." Looking at Jungkook, Hwan said sweetly, her voice dripping with full innocence. Jungkook felt a surge of possessiveness at the sight of her leaning too close to Tae, her finger trailing along the edge of a folder as if it was something far more intimate. "Hey Cookie, what a pleasant surprise," Tae greeted, looking up and offering a warm smile that made Jungkook's heart flutter. But that smile faded slightly as he noticed Jungkook's tense posture. Jungkook's jealousy boiled over. "Can I talk to my husband alone for a moment?" Jungkook said, his tone sharper than intended, his eyes narrowing at Hwan. "Oh, of course. I'll just be outside," Hwan replied, smirking as she straightened up. She tossed her hair over her shoulder and went out, leaving the door ajar. The moment it clicked shut, Jungkook didn't waste a second. He stepped closer to Tae, eyes burning with a mixture of possessiveness and jealousy. "What was that?" Jungkook demanded, voice low and dangerous. Tae raised an eyebrow, leaning back in his chair, intrigued. "What was what, Cookie?" "That, her? Who is she? You know how she looks at you." Jungkook pointed toward the closed door, his heart racing. Tae chuckled softly, his gaze steady and reassuring. "She is my secretary Hwan. And she's just being friendly. Don't think too much, baby," Tae said softly, his voice sincere. But Jungkook couldn't shake off the feeling of jealousy. He took a step forward, closing the distance between them. "She is your secretary, so what? You're mine, Tae. No one else gets to look at you like that." With a sudden burst of need, Jungkook grasped Tae's shirt, yanking him up from the chair and crashing their lips together. The kiss was urgent and heated, igniting a fire deep within both of them. Tae responded immediately, his hands tangling in Jungkook's hair, pulling him closer. Breaking the kiss, Jungkook trailed his lips down to Tae's neck, hard enough to leave a mark, a claim he felt compelled to make. "You're mine," Jungkook repeated breathlessly, his lips brushing against Tae's skin as he relished the taste of his husband. Tae groaned softly, his body responding to Jungkook's possessiveness. "Baby, we're at the office," Tae warned, though his voice lacked conviction, betraying his own desire. He could feel the heat radiating off Jungkook, the pure energy that came with jealousy and possessiveness. "So what? Let them see. You are the boss here. I want everyone to know that you belong to me," Jungkook murmured, his voice thick with. His mouth traveled back up to capture Tae's lips again, deeper this time, pouring every ounce of his need into the kiss. Tae's hands roamed down Jungkook's back, pulling him even closer, surrendering to the intensity of the moment. He reveled in Jungkook's possessiveness, the way his husband took charge, and he knew he had to handle him with care. Yeah, just like that. I love it when you're jealous and over-possessive for me. But you know I can't let you distract me from work for too long. Tae breathed, his eyes darkening with desire. Jungkook pulled back, his breath coming in quick bursts. I don't care. I want you to feel how much I need you. Jungkook whispered, determination in his eyes. Then show me. Tai said, a smirk playing on his lips, knowing full well that Jungkook would give everything to prove his love. Jungkook's finger slipped into the hem of Tai's shirt, tugging it up slightly as he leaned in to claim another kiss. Tai leaned back against the desk, letting Jungkook take control, fully aware that the office wasn't safe from their heated exchanges. As Jungkook's lips found their way back to Tai's neck, he nibbled gently, trailing his over the marks he had left before. The power dynamic shifted, and Jungkook reveled in the feeling of being a power bottom able to push Tai to his limits while still feeling cherished. Baby, we shouldn't. Tai warned softly, but there was no bite in his tone, only a playful challenge. I don't care. Just a few more minutes. I need you to know you're mine, hubby. Jungkook interrupted, pulling away to meet Tai's deep gaze. Tai grinned, his heart swelling with affection. You have me, baby. Always. Tai said, finally giving in to the moment, as Jungkook pressed their lips together once more, igniting the fire between them. In the sanctuary of that office, surrounded by the trappings of success, they found their own world, one defined by passion, possession, and an undeniable connection that nothing could break. The intensity of their exchange left both men breathless, knowing that this was just one of many moments where they would fight to claim each other, in and out of the office. Jungkook felt a surge of adrenaline as he held Tai close, the CEO's warm breath mingling with his own. The remnants of Ryan's flirtation hung heavy in the air, igniting something primal within Jungkook. He had never liked sharing Kye, and the thought of someone else trying to get too close set his nerves ablaze. Tai, I can't stand the thought of her being in here with you, looking at you like that. Jungkook murmured, his voice low and laced with tension. His grip on Tai's collar tightened, the fabric crumpling under his fingers as if to physically pull Tai closer to him. Tai smirked, his dark eyes glimmering with a mix of amusement and desire. You really think I'd let her distract me? You know I only have eyes for you. The confidence in Tai's voice was meant to reassure, but it only fueled Jungkook's fire. I don't care. It's not just about you. It's about her thinking she can come in here and act like she owns you. Jungkook said, frustration boiling just beneath the surface. His jealousy twisted in his gut, and he needed Tai to understand just how much he was willing to fight for him. In one swift motion, Jungkook pushed Tai back against the desk, his body blocking any chance of someone else barging in. You're mine, Jungkook stated fiercely, leaning in to claim another searing kiss, pouring all his emotions into it. His hands roamed over Tai's waist, fingers into the flesh beneath his tailored shirt. Baby, calm down. You're being a bit intense. Tai sighed between kisses, the sound almost a plea. But the way Tai leaned into him, surrendering to Jungkook's possessiveness, betrayed his own enjoyment of it. Intense. I'm not intense enough, Jungkook echoed, pulling back just enough to capture Tai's gaze. The flicker of challenge in his eyes only ignited his own passion further. Is that so? Then show me. Tae encouraged, a playful smirk gracing his lips, but Jungkook saw through the teasing. Tae was both fascinated and excited by Jungkook's jealousy. It stirred something deeper in him, a thrill that left him breathless. Okay. If you want to see me at my most intense, Jungkook said, voice low and steady. His lips curled into a smirk that mirrored Tae's, and he took a step back, his gaze locking onto Tae's deep ocean eyes. Stare right there, Jungkook commanded, his tone leaving no room for argument. Tae raised an eyebrow, clearly amused but complying, his body tense with anticipation. Jungkook took a few steps back, assessing Tae, taking in his husband's elegant form, every sharp line of his jaw, the way his suit accentuated his shoulders. It was all too much, and Jungkook felt the heat pooling in his stomach. You have to understand something. When I say you're mine, I mean it in every sense, Jungkook said, voice steady despite the storm inside him. With that, he walked back towards Tae, slow and deliberate, each step a silent proclamation of ownership. Jungkook's heart raced as he felt the intensity of the moment rise, fueled by his jealousy. He reached Tae, and without hesitation, he gripped Tae's chin, tilting his head up to meet his gaze. I want you to remember who you belong to, Jungkook whispered, lowering his lips to Tae's neck again, leaving more marks, the gentle sting a reminder of his possessiveness. Every time you look in the mirror, I want you to see me. Baby, you're being incredibly over-possessive right now, Tae breathed, his tone a mixture of teasing and seriousness. I know, Jungkook replied, pulling back slightly, his eyes darkening with intensity. And I love it. I love knowing that I can make you feel this way. That I can make you mine in every way. Jungkook's lips curled into a smirk, one that was full of mischief and desire. Tae's breath hitched as Jungkook stepped closer again, pushing him gently back onto the desk, creating a barrier between him and the outside world. And if anyone else even thinks about getting close to you, Jungkook trailed off, pressing his body against Tae's, pinning him with a possessive gaze. I won't let it happen. I'll remind them who you are to me. With a swift movement, he leaned down, capturing Tae's lips again. This kiss was different, deeper, more passionate, filled with pure need and urgency. Jungkook felt the tension in Tae's body, felt how his husband responded to every touch, every kiss. He was all Tae thought about, and Jungkook wanted to make that clear. When Jungkook finally pulled away, his breath came in short gasps, and he locked eyes with Tae, searching for any hint of doubt. Do you understand? Jungkook asked, his voice filled with emotion. Tae's lips curled into a smile, one filled with adoration and amusement. I understand, baby. But you know I don't need to be reminded of that, right? Tae brushed a finger along Jungkook's jaw, his eyes softening. I know that, hubby. I trust you. But still, I want you to know. I want everyone to know that you are mine, and I'll not share you with anyone. Jungkook insisted, leaning into Tae's touch, craving more of his affection. Tae leaned forward, their foreheads touching. You're my husband, baby cookie. No one else will ever come between us. I'm yours. And I will remain yours, no matter what. The sincerity in Tae's voice calmed the raging jealousy inside Jungkook, replacing it with a warmth that made his heart swell. Good. Because I'd fight anyone for you. Jungkook murmured, unable to suppress a smile tugging at his lips. And I'd fight for you too. Tae replied softly, the tension between them shifting to something more tender. Now, what about your possessiveness? Tae raised an eyebrow playfully, teasingly challenging Jungkook to embrace his nature while reminding him of the love they shared. Jungkook leaned back slightly, a grin spreading across his face as he caught the glint of mischief in Tae's eyes. I think I like being possessive over you. It makes me feel powerful. Jungkook admitted, his voice dropping to a sultry whisper. I think it suits you. But remember, I know how to handle you, and I love every second of it. Tae replied, a smirk dancing on his lips. Hearing Tae's words, Jungkook blushed and hugged Tae tightly. Tae also embraced him securely, smile never leaving his face. Jungkook realized that his possessiveness was just one aspect of their relationship, a relationship built on love, trust, and a fiery passion that would never fade. The end. Thanks for watching, puffballs. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share. Also subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to never miss any updates.